Nobody expected the New England Patriots to look this sharp, this fast. After months of silence and doubt, they showed up to minicamp with a tone that felt different. It wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, but it was focused. You could feel it in the tempo of the drills. You could see it in the urgency of the players. And what nobody's talking about is how quietly this team might be building something real. They're not chasing headlines, they're building chemistry. And the signs? They're starting to show everywhere. The biggest shock wasn't just one player. It was the collective speed, the execution, the way position groups moved like they had something to prove. The wide receiver room? Deep. The quarterback? More composed. And the defense? You could hear it coming before you even saw it. But here's the twist. The Patriots didn't just check boxes at camp, they sent a warning. From unexpected standouts to veterans finding new fire, this isn't the same team that finished last season in silence. There's belief again, and it's not just talk. Something's shifting behind the scenes, and fans might not realize how fast it's moving. But the wildest part of minicamp wasn't the coaching or the defense, it was what happened in the wide receiver room. There's a name nobody expected, and somehow he's already stealing first-team reps. If you haven't heard of him yet, that's about to change. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Nobody had Efton Chisholm III circled on their depth chart, yet there he was in Foxborough, running with the starters and shredding defensive backs like it was a backyard game. The undrafted rookie from Eastern Washington moved with a sharpness that turned heads instantly. One practice ended with him hauling in 7 catches, each one louder than the last. Teammates started whispering comparisons to Julian Edelman and Wes Welker, but the shocking part is how quickly those whispers turned into respect. Suddenly, the wide receiver room looks deeper than anyone imagined. While Chisholm stole headlines, established names felt the pressure. Pop Douglas showed his burst in the slot, Kendrick Bourne fought for every rep, and Kayshon Boutte flashed smooth footwork on the boundary. Kyle Williams, drafted with high hopes, found himself battling just to keep pace. This crowded room means every route, every catch, every minute matters. A single drop could send a veteran sliding down the chart, because one unheralded freshman is proving ceiling matters more than resume. Yet none of this chemistry matters without the man delivering the football. The next twist in camp belongs to the quarterback who is quietly turning these targets into believers, and his approach is nothing like the one we saw last season. Drake Maye didn't show up to prove anything with words, he did it with decisions. Every snap, every read, every adjustment in camp looked quicker, sharper, more confident. What nobody's talking about is how often he went after the defense's best player in practice. He didn't avoid Christian Gonzalez, he targeted him, again and again. That tells you all you need to know about where his mindset is. It's not about comfort, it's about getting better the hard way. And teammates noticed. The body language from the huddle, it's shifting. The trust, growing. What stands out isn't the deep ball or the footwork, it's the timing. Maye's throws are hitting receivers mid-stride, often before they even turn their heads. That's chemistry you can't fake. His connection with Efton Chisholm has been electric, but it doesn't stop there. Kyle Williams, Kayshon Boutte, even tight ends, everyone's getting more involved. Maye's not forcing passes. He's spreading the ball, testing every part of the field, and building something that actually looks sustainable. But while the quarterback quietly takes control, it's what's happening on the other side of the ball that's starting to feel dangerous. The Patriots didn't just change personnel on defense, they changed the entire tone. And what's coming next could flip the AFC East conversation. The Patriots defense didn't just wake up this offseason, they reloaded with purpose. Last year, this group ranked dead last in sacks, only 28. That's not just a stat, that's an identity crisis. But this year's minicamp told a very different story. The addition of Milton Williams brought real interior pressure, and it showed. His quickness off the snap disrupted drills, forced early throws, and made everyone else around him better. Combine that with Harold Landry, who racked up 9 sacks last season, and suddenly you've got a front that can cause problems on every down. Keon White is also being used in more aggressive alignments, rotating inside and out depending on matchups. Joshua Farmer, while still developing, flashed enough in camp to make people believe he can contribute in spurts. Christian Barmore looks fully healthy, anchoring the line with power. The shift isn't just about players, it's about attitude. They're attacking, collapsing pockets, and forcing quarterbacks to move. The quiet, bend, but don't break defense from last year, gone. This new group looks hungry, violent, and relentless. And while the defensive line is drawing attention, the corners behind them are making just as much noise, silently. Because if you haven't heard how good the Patriots cornerback duo has become, you're about to. Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis aren't talking much, but their coverage is doing all the talking. Bleacher Report just named them the 4th best cornerback duo in the entire league, and based on what we saw at Minicamp, that might be too low. Gonzalez pulled in 3 interceptions during off-season practices, including one that went viral, a one-handed grab that left everyone stunned. He's not just locking guys down, he's baiting quarterbacks and making them pay. His footwork looks polished, his instincts sharper, and his confidence untouchable. Across from him, Carlton Davis is bringing the kind of physicality that makes wide receivers think twice before cutting inside. When healthy, Davis has proven he can hang with elite talent. Last year alone, he held CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and DK Metcalf to minimal production when lined up head-to-head. The only concern? He's missed games in every season of his career. But when he's on the field, he gives New England something they haven't had in years: 2 true outside corners who can play man coverage without help. What makes this even more dangerous is that the secondary isn't just reacting, they're anticipating, and that's what separates good defenses from great ones. But while some players are rising fast, others are quietly fading, and the next names on the list may not survive the summer. Not everyone came out of minicamp with momentum. Some names are starting to slip, and the clock is ticking. Javon Baker is the clearest example. After showing flashes early on, things took a sharp turn. During one session, he caught a downfield pass, celebrated too long, and had to be called back into the huddle by Mike Vrabel. That moment wasn't just about discipline, it was a red flag. When the depth chart is this crowded and the reps this limited, moments like that can cost you everything. With players like Efton Chisholm climbing fast, and others like Kayshon Boutte and Kendrick Bourne showing consistency, Baker suddenly looks like the odd man out. Then there's Marte Mapu. He's no longer working at safety. The coaching staff officially moved him to linebacker full-time after repeated struggles in pass coverage. As a run defender, he's solid, but that alone doesn't guarantee a spot. If he doesn't find a role quickly, his name could quietly slide onto the cut list. And finally, Anfernee Jennings. He's great against the run, no question. But in a defense now built around speed and pressure, he's lagging behind. Players like Keon White, Harold Landry, and even rookie Raiden Swinson are making their case with burst and versatility. Jennings, meanwhile, is stuck running with the backups. It's never just about talent. It's about timing, fit, and impact. And right now, these 3 are watching their chances slip. But while some roles are disappearing, one man is reshaping the entire identity of this team, and it's not a player. It's the coach who's bringing back accountability in a way that's impossible to ignore. Mike Vrabel has completely reshaped the Patriots culture by leading from the front, jumping into drills, demanding perfection, and holding every player to the same standard. Practices are intense, meetings are strict, and mistakes are no longer ignored. Veterans see the return of a no-nonsense mindset, while younger players are forced to either rise to it or fall behind. This isn't just about tough coaching, it's a full reset of what it means to play for New England. With Tom Brady's statue set to rise in August, Vrabel is making sure the current roster understands what that legacy really stands for and challenges them to live up to it. So now it's your turn. Do you believe the Patriots can turn this into a playoff team? Can Diggs stay healthy and become a true WR1 again? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Type Y for yes or N for no. And if you're excited to watch this team evolve, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. Let's see where this season takes us.